Hello everyone, this is Dhanashri Chougale and you are watching Ganga Education. Welcome back to my channel. इस चैनल पर हम लॉ रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन लेते हैं और लॉ रिलेटेड जो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन है उनके बारे में भी इंफॉर्मेशन लेते हैं. सो आप अगर चैनल पर नए हों तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब माय चैनल एंड हिट ऑन अ बेल आइकॉन, जिससे आपको अगली वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशन मिलते जाएंगे. और ऑलरेडी आपने अगर सब्सक्राइब किया हुआ है तो थैंक यू फॉर ट्यूनिंग इन एंड स्टे ट्यून्ड फॉर फर्दर वीडियोज़. It's part 3 of Judicial Magistrate of First Class Civil Judge Junior Division Preliminary Examination 2011 क्वेश्चन पेपर. पार्ट फर्स्ट एंड पार्ट सेकेंड में हमने क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 से लेकर क्वेश्चन नंबर 50 तक हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर दिए हैं. इस वीडियो में हम क्वेश्चन नंबर 51 से क्वेश्चन नंबर 75 तक डिस्कस करने वाले हैं और आगे के 25 क्वेश्चन भी मैं उनके भी लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में प्रोवाइड कर दूंगी. उस पर क्लिक करते हुए सिंपली आप वो भी देख सकते हैं. सो विदाउट फर्दर डिले लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. क्वेश्चन नंबर 51. अ डोरमेंट इज दैट पार्टनर. ऑप्शन नंबर 1, who has taken part in the conduct of the business as partner and is not liable for the act of the firm. Option number 2, who has never taken part in the conduct of the business as a partner and is not liable for the act of the firm. Option number 3, who has never taken part in conduct of the business as a partner but is liable for the act of the firm. And option number 4, who due to his special status has nothing to do with the loss of the business and is entitled to the profit only. And the correct answer is option number 3, that is who has never taken part in the conduct of the business as a partner but is liable for the act of the firm. Now question number 52. Which of the following will be an inadmissible dying declaration? Option number 1, oral dying declaration. Option number 2, dying declaration recorded on the basis of notes and gestures. Option number 3, dying declaration by signs and gestures. And option number 4, none above. And the correct answer is none above. Which of the following will be an inadmissible dying declaration? 3 of the options are admissible, means none of the inadmissible. Now question number 53. Select correct one of the following. Option number 1, any appeal filed after the prescribed period of limitation shall not be admitted. Option number 2, any suit filed after the prescribed period of limitation shall be admitted if sufficient cause for delay is shown. Option number 3, no suit shall be admitted after the prescribed period of limitation. Option number 4, application filed after the prescribed period of limitation shall not be admitted even if sufficient cause for delay is shown. And the correct answer is option number 3, that is no suit shall be admitted after the prescribed period of limitation. Now question number 54, where the mortgagor binds himself to repay mortgage money on certain date and transfer the mortgaged property to the mortgagee, but subject to retransfer it to mortgagor upon payment of the mortgage money is called. Option number 1, simple mortgage. Option number 2, anomalous mortgage. Option number 3, English mortgage. Option number 4, mortgage by conditional sale. And the correct answer is option number 3, that is English mortgage. Now question number 55. For criminal conspiracy, minimum number of persons required is option number 1, 2, option number 2, 5, option number 3, 3, and option number 4, 10. And the correct answer is option number 1, that is 2. For criminal conspiracy, there are 2 persons required. Now question number 56. As per the mandate of section 34 subsection 2 of the Maharashtra Rent Control Act 1999, every appeal shall be made within option number 1, 30 days. Option number 2, 60 days. Option number 3, 90 days. And option number 4, 180 days. And the correct answer is option number 1, that is 30 days. Question number 57. Point out on which of the following ground the court shall not refuse the decree for specific performance. Option number 1. In a contract where the plaintiff has been given an unfair advantage over the defendant. Option number 2. In a case where a contract is not enforceable at instance of other party. Option number 3. Where the defendant entered into contract under circumstances which, though not rendering the contract voidable, makes it inequitable to enforce specific performance. Option number 4. Where performance of a contract would involve some hardship on the defendant which he did not foresee, whereas its non-performance would involve no such hardship to the plaintiff. And the correct answer is option number 2, that is in case where a contract is not enforceable at the instance of other party. Now question number 58. Sale of immovable property in execution of decree cannot be ordered by. Option number 1. Civil Judge Junior Division. Option number 2. Civil Judge Senior Division. Option number 3. Court of Small Cause. And option number 4. Joint Civil Judge Senior Division. And the correct answer is option number 3, that is Court of Small Cause. Now question number 59. As per section 197A of the Code of Criminal Procedure applicable in state of Maharashtra, no court shall take cognizance of any offence against the commissioner or receiver appointed by the court under the provision of Code of Civil Procedure except the previous sanction of option number 1, the High Court of Judicature at Bombay. Option number 2, Law and Judiciary Department of the State Maharashtra. Option number 3, Director General of Prosecution. Option number 4, the court which appoints such person as commissioner or receiver as the case may be. And the correct answer is option number 4, that is the court which appoints such person as commissioner or receiver as the case may be. Now question number 60. The process which empowers Lok Sabha to draw funds in advance pending completion of budgetary process. Option number 1, appropriation bill. Option number 2, vote on account. Option number 3, finance bill. And option number 4, ordinance. And the correct answer is option number 2, that is vote on account. Now question 61. When a writ is issued to an inferior court or tribunal on ground of exceeding the jurisdiction or acting contrary to the rules of natural justice is called a writ of option number 1, certiorari. Option number 2, mandamus. Option number 3, quo warranto. And option number 4, habeas corpus. And the correct answer is option number 1, that is certiorari. Now question number 62. Section 111A of the Code of Criminal Procedure empower the magistrate of first class to option number 1, summon material witness. Option number 2, postpone or adjourn proceedings. Option number 3, order person to give specimen signatures. And option number 4, visit and inspect any place in which an offence is alleged to have been committed. And the correct answer is option number 3, that is order person to give specimen signature. Now the question number 63. Decree will be null and void if option number 1, passed ignoring certain provisions of law. Option number 2, there is inherent lack of jurisdiction to the court passing decree. Option number 3, passed ex parte. Option number 4, passed in favor of deceased plaintiff without any objection being raised by the defendant. And the correct answer is option number 2. There is inherent lack of jurisdiction to the court passing decree. Now question number 64. A suit filed by X for declaration that a 1-year-old boy alleged born to the defendant's wife Y was not his son. Option number 1. The suit is competent and maintainable under section 34 of the Specific Relief Act 1963. Option number 2. Suit is not competent and maintainable under section 34 of the Specific Relief Act 1963. Option number 3. The suit is expressly barred under section 14 of the Specific Relief Act 1963. And option number 4. The suit is expressly barred under section 38 of the Specific Relief Act 1963. And the correct answer is option number 1. That is, the suit is competent and maintainable under section 34 of the Specific Relief Act 1963. Now question number 65. Under which section the Maharashtra Rent Control Act, the members of Armed Force of Union, scientists or their successor in interest can recover possession of premises required for their occupation? Option number 1, section 23. Option number 2, section 16. Option number 3, section 24. And option number 4, that is section 15. And the correct answer is option number 1, that is section 23. Now question number 66. Who among the following is not a public servant within the meaning of section 21 of the Indian Penal Code? Option number 1, municipal commissioner. Option number 2, municipal councillor. Option number 3, manager of nationalized bank. Option number 4, commissioned officer in military. And the correct answer is option number 2, that is municipal councillor. Municipal councillor is not public servant. Just concentrate on not word. Now question number 67. Read the following proposition. Find out which one is incorrect. Option number 1. In a sale, there is an absolute transfer of all rights in property sold and no rights are left in the transferor. Option number 2. In a lease, there is partial transfer or demise and the rights left in transferor and called revision. Option number 3. A gift comprising both existing and future property is void as to the latter. Option number 4. Acceptance is not a pivotal requirement to constitute a valid gift. And the correct answer is, means we have to find incorrect statement, incorrect proposition, and the correct answer of this question is option number 4, that is acceptance is not pivotal requirement to constitute a valid gift. Now question number 68. For filing a suit to enforce payment of money secured by mortgage or otherwise charged upon immovable property, the period of limitations prescribed is option number 1, 12 years when money sued for becomes due. Option number 2, 3 years when the money sued for becomes due. Option number 3, 30 years when the money sued for becomes due. And option number 4, 20 years when the money sued for becomes due. And the correct answer is option number 1, that is 12 years when the money sued for becomes due. Now question number 69. Read the following facts. Point out of which one the court may not take judicial notice. Option number 1, that Mahatma Gandhi was killed on 30th January 1948. Option number 2, that riots took place after his death. Option number 3, that several persons were killed in the said riots. Option number 4, that Girish and his friend Shirish lost their lives in the said riots. And the correct answer is option number 4, that is that Girish and his friend Shirish lost their lives in the said riots. Now question number 17. A contingent contract is a contract. Option number 1. To do something if some event collateral to such contract does happen. Option number 2. To do something if some event does happen. Option number 3. To do or not to do something if some event collateral to such contract does or does not happen. And option number 4. Not to do something if some event collateral to such contract does or does not happen. And the correct answer is option number 3, that is to do or not to do something if some event collateral to such contract does or does not happen. Now question number 71. Which of the following proposition is not correct? Option number 1. It is not practicable for a court of law to force the liking of the parties to enter into wedlock, and therefore contracts for betrothal and marriage cannot be enforced in specie. Option number 2. A contract to take a loan cannot be specifically enforced because compensation can afford adequate relief. Option number 3. A contract which is dependent on the personal qualifications or volitions of the parties can be specifically enforced. And option number 4. A contract by a guardian to purchase immovable property on behalf of minor can be specifically enforced provided there is competency of the guardian and legal necessity. And the correct answer is option number 3, that a contract which is dependent on the personal qualification or volition of the parties can be specifically enforced. The question is, which of the following proposition is not correct? Means we have to find out the incorrect statement, and that is option number 3. Now question number 72. The Latin expression ubi jus ibi remedium means option number 1, where the sufferer is willing, no injury is done. Option number 2, everyone must so use his own property as not to do damage to another. Option number 3, there is no wrong without a remedy. Option number 4, where both parties are equally to blame, neither can hold the other liable. And the correct answer is option number 3, that is there is no wrong without a remedy. Question number 73. Oral agreement of sale and no time fixed for performance of the agreement. Vendors sold the plots to third parties, firstly on 26th 7/72 and secondly on 1st 9/72, thirdly on 3/12/72 and lastly on 29th 12/73. The period of limitation for the suit for specific performance of contract will start from option number 1, 26th 7/72. Option number 2, 1/9/72. Option number 3, 3/12/72. And option number 4, 29/12/73. And the correct answer is option number 1, 26th 7/72. Now question number 74. In view of section 105 of the Transfer of Property Act, a lease of immovable property is a transfer of dash dash. Option number 1, a right to enjoy such property in consideration of price paid or promised or of money, a share of crops, service or any other thing of value. Option number 2, an interest in specific immovable property for securing the payment of money advanced. Option number 3, ownership in consideration of price paid or promised. Option number 4, certain immovable property made voluntarily and without consideration. And the correct answer is option number 1, that is a right to enjoy such property in consideration of a price paid or promised, or of money, a share of crop, service, or any other thing of value. Now, question number 75. Property is designated as stolen property if its possession has been transferred by option number 1, theft or extortion or robbery. Option number 2, criminal misappropriation. Option number 3, criminal breach of trust. And option number 4, all above. And the correct answer is option number 4, all above. So, Judicial Magistrate of First Class Civil Judge Junior Division Preliminary Examination 2011 के क्वेश्चन 51 से क्वेश्चन नंबर 75 तक हमने इस वीडियो में डिस्कस किया है. फर्स्ट 50 एंड लास्ट 25 क्वेश्चन के जो वीडियो बनाए हैं उसका भी लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगा. सो थैंक्स फॉर लिसनिंग एंड स्टे ट्यून्ड.